Hi everyone. Welcome to Module 1 Vocabulary Review. In this PowerPoint presentation, what I'm going to look at is some key vocabulary from Living Languages Unit 1, but I'm also going to look at how to pronounce these correctly and specifically looking at word stress. Word stress is actually a really important part of pronunciation and pronouncing new words correctly, although it's something that you may have not ever thought of before. So let's just dive right in. So here we're going to look at some examples from the new vocabulary from Word Builder 1, Career and Education Vocabulary. You can find this in the Living Languages book on page 14. So let's look at set 1. What I'd like you to do is listen closely while I pronounce these words. Culinary school, film school, law school, medical school, internship, postgraduate degree, professional training. Okay, great. Let's go ahead and move on to set 2. Okay, again, please listen as I pronounce these. Undergraduate, graduate student, intern, full-time employee, part-time employee, freelancer, entrepreneur. Okay, great. And let's move on to set 3. Public relations, journalism, political science, computer science, business administration and management, psychology, biology, elementary education, nursing. Okay, so as I mentioned before, what we're going to look at is word stress. Word stress is very important. And the first thing that you need to do is note how many syllables a word has. And what you're going to find is that one syllable will always be stressed. And this means, stressed means that the syllable is pronounced a little bit longer and a little bit louder than the other syllables in the word. And what I'd like you to do is learn how to mark the stressed syllable. That way, whenever you learn a new word or add a new word to your vocabulary, you automatically know how to look for the marked or for the stress and how to mark it. And then from then on, you can practice the word with the correct stress, which ensures that you are pronouncing it correctly. So let's look at again at set 1. Let's look at this example, culinary school. If we look at the word culinary, you will see that I have marked in bold the first syllable. Now the word culinary has 3 syllables, culinary. And the stress is on the first syllable. So that's the syllable that we say a little bit longer and a little bit louder, culinary. And as you can see, I marked the stress in bold. Okay, let's look at the second example, medical school. Again, this has 3 syllables, medical, and again, the stress is on the first syllable, and I marked the stress. So we say medical school. We don't say medical school, and we don't say medical school. The stress is on the first syllable, medical school. And for the last word, we see that this one also has 3 syllables, internship. And the stress is on the first syllable. And again, I've marked the stress. So we say internship. Can you repeat? Great. Okay, now I've taken these examples, some more examples that we saw on the first screen, and I've marked the stress. So just take a minute to listen and see how I pronounce them. Culinary school, medical school, internship, postgraduate degree, professional training. For set 2, undergraduate, graduate student, intern, full-time employee, part-time employee, freelancer, entrepreneur. And for set 3, public relations, journalism, political science, computer science, business administration and management, psychology, biology, elementary education, nursing. If you would like, you can pause the PowerPoint presentation here and practice on your own. You can listen to me and then practice. Now, you may be asking, how do you find the stress without having a native teacher? Well, if you're going to do it on your own, there are two ways. The first thing that you can do is whenever you find a new word, you should look up the meaning in the dictionary if it's something that you don't know and you can't figure out on your own. And in the dictionary, there is often also an example of where the correct word stress is. So let's take the example of the word entrepreneur. As you can see, the word stress already I have marked and it's on the last syllable. Entrepreneur. Those are all the syllables that we have. Entrepreneur. Now, when you look in the dictionary, you should find something like what you see in the last line here. And there's a little line that I have highlighted in red. This little line here indicates which syllable is stressed. So you'll see a high line, and then the syllable after it is the syllable that is stressed. So in this case, it's the last syllable that is stressed. So then in your vocabulary notebook, in your notes, however you're taking care of your vocabulary, you can just mark the stress, and that ensures that you are now pronouncing the word correctly. Now, in this course and in the book, you are provided with audio clips and an audio CD that you can use. Another thing that you can do is as you listen, begin to listen to how the speaker pronounces the word and see if you can identify which word is stressed, which word is pronounced a little bit longer and a little bit louder. In my face-to-face classes, I practice this with students, and while it takes a little bit of practice, they soon catch on. So this is also something that you can begin to do, and it will improve your listening skills. Okay, well, thank you very much. I hope this has been useful.